Welcome to exercise 4, creating complex geometry. In this section we will join together the different sections of tracks and turnouts into one piece of geometry. To do this we'll use the complex geometry complex by element tool. Until now we have let the software create the individual elements for us. We have provided names where appropriate for these elements, but we would like to have all the elements that make up a particular section of track to have the same name and include all the elements in one alignment. The first track we're going to create complex geometry for is siding track 1, which is the middle track between the main line and the outside siding. So to begin with, we're going to go to Geometry, Horizontal, Complex Geometry, Complex by Element. I'm going to window in till I can see the first turnout that we generated that goes to siding 1. The method that we're going to use is going to be manual, because we're going to select the elements ourselves. The feature definition that we're going to give to these pieces of track is going to be alignment, geom baseline. And the name I'm going to give to this siding, I'm going to call it siding track A. I'm just going to window in and I'm going to select this first turnout that we placed in. Now you have to make sure that when you're doing this that the arrowhead is pointing to the right. Otherwise it will start to link the elements to the left. So I can see that the arrowhead is pointing to the right and I'm just going to data point to accept. I'm now going to select the turnout extension and the linking curve. I'm going to move along. I'm now going to select siding track 1. And again, I'm going to move up to the other end of siding track 1. And I'm going to select again the linking curve, the turnout extension, and turnout T1. And now all the elements are joined together. So I'm just going to data point to accept it. And then hit escape to cancel the command out. And this now should all be siding track A. The next track we're going to do is siding track 2. And again we're going to go to Geometry, Complex by Elements. Again we're going to set the method to manual. And the name in here we're going to put in siding track B. Now I'm going to start the element on this particular siding track 1. If I start at the crossover that we placed here, then it will be very difficult for us to link only part of that track. So I'm going to leave the crossover as a separate entity. So I'm selecting siding track 2. I'm moving up, I'm selecting the linking curve, again make sure it's pointing to the right, and then lastly the turnout extension. And then finally the linking crossover CR1. Again, accept it, escape, and now that should be all one piece of track. I'm just going to do a geometry report, a horizontal geometry report on siding track A. So again under Geometry, General Tools, Reports, Horizontal Geometry Report, and I'm going to locate siding track A, reset to complete, lock to the start, lock to the end, interval of 5 meters or 10 meters, whichever one you want. And there's no active profile on this. And there is the report of all the elements joined together. I'm going to save that as a Word document, and I'm going to call it siding track A, and just save it. And I'm going to close the report browser. I'm now going to do a turnout report, and I'm going to do the crossover CR1. So I need to go to Rail, Turnouts, Turnout Report. I'm going to locate the crossover CR1, reset to complete, and again, there is your report. I'm not going to save it this time, but I could. The next thing we need to undertake is to add vertical elevations or profiles to the siding tracks and the crossover. We're not going to design the profiles using the vertical profile tools, as the siding tracks can have elevations that are the same or similar to the track main centerline. So we're going to use from the vertical profile tools profile slope from element, where the element will be the main track centerline. So I'm going to go to Geometry, Element Profiles, Profile by Slope from Element. I am prompted to locate the first element to profile. So I'm going to pick siding track A, siding track B, and the crossover, and reset to complete, and the reference element is the track main line. There's no slope, all the points are being leveled, there's no profile adjustment, no vertical offset, and that should be completed. I just need to check that the elements are profiled. So I'm going to open up a profile view for siding track A. So I'm just going to select it, wait for the context sensitive toolbar to pop up, go to profile view, open profile view. There is the profile, and I need to make sure that it's active. So I'm going to set it as active. Close the window. I'm going to do the same with track B. Wait for the context sensitive toolbar, open profile model, open a profile view, click in the view, use your element selection tool, select it, and activate the profile. And the last one I'm going to do is the crossover. Again, profile view, click in the view. There's the crossover elevation. Select it, make it active, and then close the view. And you will see in here, we've now got the sidings as elevations. And that completes exercise 4.
If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. If you want to see more such series, consider subscribing to our channel. Thank you, and see you next time.